afternoon, or whenever you're watching this. Dependent, so it could be morning, it could be evening, or I guess night. Well, welcome everyone. So we are talking about a pretty cool little topic today, which just a quick reset. I think this most of you probably already know, but I'm actually in Mexico right now, so that's why this office setup or this studio is a little bit different. So appreciate everybody coming and hanging out as we get going here. Today, we're looking at the 5 things you need to do before becoming a real estate agent. Now, many of you that watch this channel already are a real estate agent. So, some of the elements here actually do apply to you even still because you didn't necessarily consider it beforehand, where now would be a good opportunity to do so. But also, a lot of you are team leaders, a lot of you are brokers, a lot of you are working with aspiring real estate agents. So this would be a great opportunity for you to, either share this video or share what's within it as advice for those aspiring agents because there are a ton. So as we know, there's 1.4 million real estate licenses out there. So we also know that the failure rate in real estate is extremely high. So there's a cycle, right? So just want to make sure that we address the important parts at this point when we're talking about the 5 things to do before becoming a real estate agent. I want to stress that this is after you've already made the decision to become a real estate agent. So whenever you make the decision to become a real estate agent, you need to consider, do I like this profession or do I think I will like this profession? That's very important, right? Something else to consider is your budget. Do I have enough budget or enough runway to give this profession a shot? Because as we know, the moment that you get your real estate license, from there moving forward, it's going to be a battle to actually get business. So that's something that, again, from the point of view of where we're starting our conversation today, we're taking it as a given that you've already made the decision to become a real estate agent and take it off from there. So, number one, jumping right into it. Again, the 5 things to consider before becoming a real estate agent or as you're becoming a real estate agent. So, 5 things to do. Number one is promote yourself. And I cannot overstress this, and I cannot stress this enough. You need to start promoting yourself immediately. If you're in real estate school or even considering entering real estate school, let's start the promotion now. Now, here's the thing. I'm not suggesting that you go out saying that, hey, I'm a real estate agent, because you are not. What I'm suggesting is starting to post on social media, start connecting with people, start promoting yourself, and start talking about real estate in some capacity. You can take a picture of any building that you find interesting or any piece of real estate that you find interesting and start posting that on your social media. You can absolutely do that. You can start sharing your journey as you're becoming a real estate agent. So start documenting that that's where your career is heading. So the quicker that you start promoting yourself, the better it's going to be the better it's going to be when you actually become a real estate agent. Oftentimes we wait till we have a piece of paper in our hands to say, all right, now I can get my business cards. Now I can try to see how much it's going to cost to buy a billboard. Now I can see how much it costs to get on TV, all that fun stuff. So considering we start considering how to get the business after we get our license. And if you're starting to trying to figure it out after you get the real estate license, start promoting yourself after you get the real estate license, then you're behind. So I strongly encourage you to start promoting yourself in some capacity. Again, I'm not suggesting that you say, hey, I'm a realtor, because again, we know that you're not. What I'm suggesting is start getting your name out there as quickly as possible. If you've never posted on social media because you're a private person or don't believe in that or whatever, that's a great time to start. If you didn't go to any networking events because you just didn't see the need and you were comfortable the way that you were, well, now let's start let's start getting out there, start having some meaningful conversations. Starting promoting yourself, number one, by far the most important thing that you can do for your business, especially starting out. So let me know in the comment section down below as you're coming in how you. No, this is a better question. What year did you get in real estate, or what year are you going to get in real estate for those agents that are looking to become a real estate agent. So let me know in the comments section down below. That'd be interesting. Number 2, start networking with realtors. Start networking with realtors. So just one quick recap. Number 1, start promoting yourself. Number 2, for those of you that are note takers out there, start networking with realtors as quickly as possible. Start having conversations with people that are in the business. And people that are in the business from all walks of life, those people that are focusing on luxury, those people that are focusing on land, those people that are working on short sales, those people that are working on traditional real estate, and those people that are working on commercial deals. Start working with anybody and everybody, from a new agent that is just starting out already, or those that are selling 100 homes a year. Start networking with those realtors. It's going to help you understand a lot of things about real estate, about people, about how buyers operate, how sellers operate, how brokerages operate. That's something that's very important to start gathering some information on, because every brokerage is different. Everyone cuts the same commission in a different way. So it's important that you understand the nuances before you get your real estate license. Now, you're going to learn some of these elements after you become an agent, but I would much rather you experience this firsthand before you become an agent, because it's going to get you into production much quicker. It's going to help you grow your business in a substantial way. So start networking with realtors is super important because of everything that we just talked about, but also because when you start networking with other realtors, you have to start forming a relationship with individuals that you can come back to in the future. So if you have a question on how to write a contract and your broker is not available, then you have somebody to call on. If you don't understand how to work through a negotiation, that it's the first time that you're going through a negotiation, then you can fall back on somebody that you've had a conversation with. That's something that I did starting out. So before I got my real estate license, I actually I bought a few homes with a realtor and it was that same realtor that became by proxy my mentor when I got into the business. So when I got into the business and I didn't necessarily know what needed to happen, I would reach out to him instead of my broker. Now, there was nothing wrong with my broker, but at that time I felt more comfortable with someone that I knew, because I had I'd used him before, and I'd, with the purchases of my homes, not that it's about commission, but he'd earned a lot of money from my using of his services in the past. So I knew that, GCI for him, I'd given him $50,000 for my personal purchases. So I didn't necessarily think that he owed it to me, but he kind of owed it to me, if that makes sense. But that's really, when it comes to networking with real estate agents, you're getting somebody else in the trenches with you that can answer questions for you. So I remember in my first transaction, getting an option money check. I didn't know where to take that. I didn't even know what to do with that. It was actually the client that said, "Hey, here's the option money." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. Where do I take it?" Of course, I didn't articulate that, but that's what happens. Aaron Martinez, what is up, my dude? And we got to do a live stream when I get back. I've been thinking about you the other day. So Aaron Martinez is a fantastic individual that you absolutely need to know. He's got a great YouTube channel as well, a ton of resources. So yeah, Aaron, let's connect. I want to do a live stream with you. As far as networking, again, it's going to help you out so much, so much. If I didn't have my realtor, if I didn't have a friend that I knew in my previous profession, because he was my private banker, and who was now doing real estate, if I didn't have those individuals, the first transactions could have been disastrous. They weren't, thankfully, but I was calling them consistently. So networking is incredibly important. And when it comes to getting experience through other people, I mean, that's invaluable. So just as an example, in our group, so the Agent First group, I invite aspiring agents to be part of it. So we have events Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Mondays we have new agent jumpstart, so it's specifically geared for new agents so they can get their footing. Have Our lead instructor there is Bridget Hill. She's a broker of 30 years, so she has a ton of experience that just teaches new agents how to get started into the business. She shows how to actually show a home, negotiate, all that fun stuff. Tuesdays, we have summits where I bring in some very influential real estate professionals that help our agents with their business. On Wednesday, we have mindset calls where we have an opportunity for us as a group to feed into ourselves and grow and develop. On Thursdays, we have our huddles. As of this recording, I actually just got through with one of our huddles because it's a Thursday. And that's where we come in and network and grow together. And then on Fridays, we have our accelerator program where we focus on one aspect in our business and just accelerate it. So grow with it. So some of it, sometimes it's video, sometimes it's online presence, all that fun stuff. Now I share all of that because I can name some people like Karen, Portia, Adriana, several other agents that are not real estate agents yet, except they are participating every single day in growing in their business because I make that invitation available to them because I understand the power of networking and how much they need other successful agents around them to have a successful career. So regardless of where you're at, either choose a local area that you're going to network with or get an online community together, but definitely start networking with other realtors as soon as possible. Number three, have a 90-day game plan. Create a 90-day game plan from the moment that you get your real estate license. So let's just do one quick recap. Promote yourself, number one, as quickly as possible. Number two, start networking with other realtors. And then number three, game plan your first 90 days. Now, for those of you that are super planners, you are going to get the sticky notes. You're going to have a notepad. You're going to have an Excel sheet. You're going to do flashcards. You're going to do a lot of different things. And that's your nature. I love you. You're awesome. You're great. But you don't need to go to that extreme. It's awesome that you're super prepared. But those people that are of that mindset, you have your place in this 90-day journey. And for those people that kind of wing it, you're going to say, okay, 90 days, awesome. My plan for day one is to wing it. Both of the extremes work here. Both of the extremes can have a very good game plan together. But the key with your 90-day game plan, again, from the moment that you get your real estate license, when you create this 90-day game plan, make it achievable, make it realistic. Don't try to boil the ocean. As soon as I get my real estate license, I'm gonna go to every luxury home in the area and door knock them. And then I'm gonna buy a billboard. And then I'm going to start a YouTube channel. And then I'm going to do 30 posts on Instagram. No, no, your 90-day game plan needs to be achievable. Don't try to boil the ocean. For those of you that are overachieve. You're awesome. You're great. You have your purpose. At the same time, let's make this achievable because our goal with our first 90 days is to have something actionable every single day that we can execute upon. Because when you get your real estate license, life is going to come at you fast because you're going to have to learn what an association is. You're going to have to learn what the MLS is and how the association and the MLS work together. You have to figure out why your broker is charging you a certain fee or how are you going to pay for your marketing. You have to figure out a lot of different things. So if you can knock out a few items along the way in your 90-day game plan, you're going to be so much better for it because when you become a real estate agent, then it becomes a game for you. You almost gamify it. Day one, I would needed to do X. Okay, achieved it. I wonder if I could. Yeah, I can actually work on the things that I wanted to do on day two. Boom, you knock those out. All right. So what if I try to work on the items that I had for day three? Oh, you know what? Actually, day three takes a lot more than one day. So good thing I got ahead. Right? So it's that preparation that's going to help create that separation, right? That preparation is going to help create that separation. I'll wait for the noisy vehicle down the street.
So this is my parents' house, and this is the house that I was actually raised in until the age of 5.
And I don't remember it being this noisy or there being that much traffic. So it's not until I need peace that I start noticing these things, which ironically enough, it kind of feeds into the next point. So that was point number 3. Point number 4, get into the field. Get into the field, start observing things. So start observing, go to open houses, start observing how open house agents do their work, right? If you've bought a house before, great, you have a general sense of how that looked, but chances are you forgot. If you've never bought a house, okay, nothing wrong with that. You can still go and participate in real estate in some capacity. So start experiencing real estate in the field. So going to open houses, speaking with the realtor there, nothing wrong with that. Getting a few pointers from there, nothing wrong with that. Or you can be a secret shopper if you don't want to say, hey, I'm becoming a real estate agent, nothing wrong with that. Just going and being in the field. So open houses is a fantastic place to be and go to. Observing how realtors place their yard signs. I know it sounds so simple, but the moment that I had to place my own yard sign, I was like, how do I do that? Obviously, I know how to do it, but I was like, where should it? Is it going to get picked up if I put it on the other side of the street? I'm sorry, on the other side of the walkway. So what I did was I left the yard sign there. Thankfully, it was a vacant house, but so I left the yard sign there, and I drove around. It's like, okay, so yeah, they're putting it kind of behind this chain link fence. Okay, all right, well that makes sense. All right, so then I went back and I installed it. So it's this stuff that you don't necessarily consider until you have to do it. That's what we're trying to help ourselves out with, really shortcutting that learning curve. So start observing how real estate is done because it's going to help you out a ton. So I want you to understand just one key concept here that I failed to address at the beginning. I think you could probably appreciate it. Regardless of the industry that you're in, this applies. We just happen to be talking about real estate right now. But regardless of the industry that you're in, think about it. We have training in whatever industry that we go into. Again, it's real estate. So you have training. It's the preparation, the formation, getting ready to, right? So you have training. And then the next stage is performance. So in this case, in real estate, this means that you're out there doing realtor stuff, negotiating contracts, writing offers, doing this, doing that, doing whatever, doing realtor stuff. So that's the performance. So you have training. So you have training from your brokerage, from real estate school, from YouTube videos, training how to be a real estate agent, what you need to do in order to show a house, doing all that fun stuff. So you have that training. Then you get into the performance, the actual action of doing realtor stuff. And then you have support, meaning, okay, I've never seen this issue. I don't know what to do with the probate house. What happens next? Well, then you need support. That's when the poop hits the fan, right? That's when you don't understand what the next step is. There's a break in the matrix. You need to address this. So if you break things up in that manner, it starts to make a little bit more sense. So you're talking about excuse me, you're talking about the training, you're talking about the performance, and then you're talking about the support. The items that we just covered address all of those or have a place within one of these. So the reason that I spent so much time in the networking, so point number 2, networking with realtors, is because that is the most crucial, at least in my mind, that addresses the support issue. Who am I going to call when I don't know the answer to a objection? Who am I going to call whenever I don't know what amendment or addendum I need to use? So it's that support. So notice that I've done training. Went through real estate school and I learned as much as I could to get to a position 2. Then I actually did the performance of the work, marketed myself, got into contract, did all this fun stuff. But then there was an element that I didn't know how to address. I didn't know what other amendments or addendums I needed to take care of. Well, at that point, I need support. right? And generally, you're going to have a broker that's going to be there. Every brokerage is different. So, not here to have that conversation. So, that's why I don't put my entire onus on the brokerage. I put the onus on myself because the broker's not going to go out of business. I'm going to go out of business. Well, let's rephrase that. Maybe the broker will go out of business. I don't know, but that's why the onus of success is on myself. So that's why I do the. That's why I'm suggesting get that networking together, because when that question comes up, sometimes you're face to face with the buyer or seller. So you need to be able to address that question that you may not have an answer to immediately. Hope that's making sense. Sorry, let's see if we can get some coffee. As you're coming in, a like is going to go a long way. It's going to send out the notifications. I know I went live a little bit later today than I intended to, so my apologies. I'll try to give you a heads up, a little bit more heads up. Tomorrow, yeah, I'm going to go live 9 a.m., I believe, 9 a.m. Central. All right, so is this making sense? We're talking about the 5 things you need to do before you get your real estate license. So number 1, we're talking promote yourself. Number 2, start networking with realtors. Number 3, game plan your first 90 days. And then number 4, get into the field as quickly as possible. And then number 5, I'm going to preface this with, I know this is going to sound hokey. I'm not the biggest fan of hokey stuff. I know it sounds this way, but this is absolutely so true, and it's really been slapping me in the face in my personal business for the past 3 months. The fifth point that you need to address as you're becoming a real estate agent, you need to commit. I told you it's going to sound hokey. I'm sorry, but I really I really I really do mean this. You absolutely need to commit to this. I understand some of you are getting into real estate for the very first time and are doing this as a part-time basis for now until you can go get enough business to do full time. I understand that. But even if that's the case, you have to commit to this profession and give yourself a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, however many years you want to see this through, commit to it, burn the boats behind you. So as soon as you land on the island of being a realtor, burn those boats behind you. Because at the moment that you commit is you're going to find a way, and your mind is going to find a way to solve problems for you. So if you know that you're going to give real estate 2 full years, give it a full 2 years. What happens is we get into real estate because we think that simply because we can talk to people, we can be a realtor. Get into real estate because we see the fat checks at the closing table, and we think, why can't I get a fat check? I sent all the houses to the realtor. All they did was write an offer. And I'm sure I could learn that. So when we get into real estate with that mindset, well, we'll kind of give real estate a shot. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I still have my full-time job. So instead of instead of giving it 2 years, like a legitimate 2 years, we kind of give it we may stay in real estate for 2 years and pay our dues for 2 years and stay active as a 2 years, but really your effort and your work and everything that you put into it really doesn't amount to 2 months worth of work. And I know that sounds terrible, but I think that if you really ponder through it or think through it, I think that you're going to agree. And that's something that's happened in my life as well, from not only from the realtor side, but also from the other business ventures that I have going on. So make that commitment to yourself, to your family, to your career, to whoever you need to make that commitment to so you can establish that why. But understand that when you give yourself that time frame, really give yourself that full, however long you decide. So if you are in real estate, if you want to give it 2 full years, 3 full years, 4 years, whatever it is, understand that you have arrived at this island of being a realtor. You're going to burn the boats behind you and say, I'm not leaving this island. Pick me up in 2 years. So I'm going to make it work here, some way, shape, or form. After those 2 years, if you're successful, great.
Then you make the decision, do I want to stay in this profession? Yes or no? But then you're also going to see like, you know what, this is a lot more difficult than I thought. I actually don't think I can make it in this profession, or just don't want to make it in this profession, but I give it a 2 full years, right? So it's that commitment. So just one quick recap: promote yourself, incredibly important to start that as soon as possible. Networking with the real estate agents, you need to have people in the fight with you that you can call upon. Number 3, game plan your first 90 days. Number 4, get into the field as quickly as possible. Start learning it, start feeling it, start seeing what it's about. And then number 5, as hokey as it may sound, absolutely commit. All right, folks, I appreciate you coming out and hanging out with me. If there's anything I can do for you, please let me know in the comment section down below, or send me an email to admin@jaimeresendiz.com. I'll see you soon.